Hi there, I'd like to show you today how to make this person, and we call it person number one, Automo Blocks figure. Pretty interesting, pretty challenging, so we'll go ahead and dig right on in. I'm going to slide this over so I can see those different dimensions and open up Autodesk Inventor here. There we go. Hopefully you're able to see that. So we'll go ahead and just go with new English standard. It is in inches, so that's what we'll be using. Start a 2D sketch. That's where we always start. So the first thing we want to do is just make a simple rectangle, and we want the long side to be 0.575, and then tab, and that other side to be 0.300, and then enter and escape. And so what we want to do is finish that sketch. We'll extrude that out. .575, and then click OK. All right, so we have the base done. Now we just need to build an oval on top of that. So we'll create a sketch here. And one of the easiest ways to find the center of a box is just use the construction lines and just go corner to corner, and then make sure you're getting it turns green. We'll go from here to there, make sure it turns green. Perfect. We'll turn off the construction line and go with a point. Put the point right here, right in the center. There we go. So that's good. And now we do want to make a couple other construction lines in order to get the oval to bump up against them. And so we've got construction. We'll go line. We'll put one across here. And then we will dimension them in just a second. And then we'll go ahead and put another one over here. And we'll hit escape. So on the first one, it needs to be, we'll go to dimension from here to here. That needs to be 0.263, and then hit enter. There, it slides it into position. And then this other dimension needs to go from here to there. That dimension needs to be, what did I write down? 0.155, and then hit enter. And so we have those two dimensions set up, and then we're going to take off the construction or the construction line, and we'll go to ellipse, and you'll find that under circle. Go to ellipse, and we'll hit the center, go straight up until you hit the line, click there, and then work our way straight over to the right and click right there. Perfect. And then we'll finish that sketch, and we are going to extrude that up 0.05. There we go, 0.050, and then click OK. Now we're off to a great start and plugging away. And so the next thing we're going to want to do is make a bigger oval and then another one above it and loft the two together. So step by step, we'll get it. Create a sketch there. And I will want to project some geometry. That will be helpful. There we go. We'll project that geometry. And then from there, we can, again, just find the center from corner to corner. There we go. And we'll do a line from here to there. And that is good. And then we'll also want to put another line, a construction line. Yep, there we go. Oh, hold it. Before we do that, let's take this off and use a point, that center. There we go. Go back to construction. I see we're going back and forth using construction lines and object lines. So we'll go ahead and place a line over this way. And then we'll place another line over this way. Now we want to make sure that the longer side goes with the other longer side of the oval. Okay, so to do that, let's go right here, from here, center, to this line, the longer of the two lines. Let's see what we've got going. That should be 0.286 and hit 0.286 and then hit enter. That looks good. And we'll go from center to this line, and that should be 0.205 and then hit enter. And that looks good, and we'll hit escape. And again, we'll use the ellipse, starting from the center, going straight up till it hits that line, and then working our way over, find the center, and work our way over there. And that should do it. So that's good. Oh, but I didn't want a construction line. I wanted to have an object line. So let's try it again. You can always go over the top of construction lines. There we go. And that looks good. So we'll finish the sketch. And what we're going to do, so we have that bottom piece. We need to have another one up here, another oval. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create an offset plane. And this is important. It's going to be offset about 0.750. So we'll do that. And that will be 0.750. And then click check or OK. And we will want to make that nice and big. So it's covering, we got to make sure it's covering that whole area. And then we can move it to where we want it to be. But let's go ahead and click on the top. And then we want to grab a hold of that. Whoop. And we want to move it to where it needs to be. And that looks good. And then we will create a sketch from that. Or on top of that, I should say. And the main thing that we want to project now is the center point. Because that's what we need. We'll project that center point, and that will help us significantly. Okay, so from that center point, we again will want to make some construction lines to make the next oval. And we'll go ahead and place this right out here. And I'm going to zoom, let's hit escape. We're going to zoom in just a little bit. And then we'll go dimension line from here to there. That should be, it's the longer of the two. So that needs to be let me click on that. 0.4, that's 7.4375. And then hit enter. Okay, so it's just a little bit outside of that, but that's fine. And then we will go ahead and do a construction line again, this time going the shorter side. And we'll dimension that from here to there. We can do it out this way, make it easy to see. And that needs to be 0.2875. And then hit enter. So now we have the construction lines that we need. We'll get rid of construction. We'll go over to ellipse, or oval, okay? And we'll go straight up till it touches right there. And we'll bring it straight out this way until it touches right there. Very good. Then we'll finish the sketch. We'll take a look and see what we've got going on. So now we want to loft that body of the person. So we'll go ahead and go to loft. And then we will click right here. And we'll click right there to choose that oval. And then we will click to add. And we'll choose that. Yep. And now it's going to loft from one sketch to the next, and then press OK. And that's good. The only other thing we really want to do is kind of get rid of this. This is kind of in the way. We'll get rid of that visibility. I right-clicked on that. You can do it over here as well. Okay, well, I think that's enough for this video. We'll crank up another one in just a second. You will want to make sure to save this before you lose what you've done. And we'll just go first, and we'll just call it 2. I've already done 1, so we'll just call it 2. All right, so we're going to stop right there, and then I'll pick it up on the next video.